Have you ever had a weekend plan completely fall apart, only to realize it was the best thing that could have happened? That's exactly how we ended up on a 2-day, 400-mile overland journey that started on the shifting sands of the Gulf Coast and ended deep in the oak forest of Central Texas. Our mission started down at Padre Island National Seashore. Me, Little Bear, and Bailey packed up the Gladiator and headed right for the surf. The goals were simple: test out some new gear, get over the sand dunes, and enjoy some quiet beach time. And man, pins did not disappoint. But if you've ever camped on the coast, you know the wind and the sand eventually win the battle. By day 2, we were packed up and ready to head inland. The only problem? Our next camp spot at Palmetto State Park was completely booked up. We were officially on the move with no destination, no reservations, and a truck full of gear. That's the beauty of overlanding though. When the plan changes, the real adventure begins. We pushed north, leaving the coast behind as the evening sky started to turn, and ended up finding an absolute hidden gem at Lake Somerville's Birch Creek Unit. From the ocean breeze to the forest trees, this is our Texas-sized overland adventure.
Welcome back to the channel, everybody. It's Don from Bearded Excursions and Outdoors, and I don't know if the audio is going to be great or not. It is windy out here on Padre Island National Seashore. That's where we're at tonight, and we've picked up a great spot about 22 miles down, and it's windy, but it's high enough away from the high tides that are supposed to be happening this weekend. We're just going to see how the night goes. So, got everything unpacked, got the tent set up. We're just gonna go explore and see what's out here. We're not gonna do 2 tents tonight. Little Bear is concerned that the wind may be too much for his little tent, so we're just going to use my tent, and I'll turn around here in a second and show you guys kind of what our setup is. There you go. You can see that we've got the Gladiator pulled up. I've got our totes and stuff set out kind of underneath it to block the wind. Got the Gazelle set up right up against the dunes, and hopefully it'll make for a really, really good evening. We've got some neighbors way down the beach, but that's okay. It looked like a little family that was out there camping, so it'll be awesome. How much fun are you having? So much fun, he says. This is what he's been excited about all day. Hopefully this dead cat is doing his job and muffling the sound. I know it's really loud and windy out here, but Maddox has got him a spot. He's trying to make a sand castle, and I'm just really relaxing and enjoying this view. I mean, just look at that. Waves are coming right up to my toes. I'm okay with that. I think it ran Bailey off though. Lay down, baby. Poor baby. Little Bear has gone for the bigger shovel in his survival kit. Oh no, the hole he's digging, getting washed away. I think he's just having the time of his life out here. Guys, this is what it's all about. Bring your kids out to places like this that normal vehicles can't get to. Look at the seclusion down that way and down that way. I mean, you can't get much better than this. This is what it's all about. Tonight's beer is a Shiner Off-Road IPA, which I think is perfect for this little overlanding trip that Little Bear and I got to come on. I'm gonna sit out here and enjoy one of these. We're just enjoying the solitude of the beach. A little bit windy, like I keep saying, but it's still, if you've never been to Padre Island National Seashore, do yourself a favor and make time to come down here. It's something else. I told Little Bear he could go out a little bit further since I was standing right here, but the waves keep knocking him back. There's some big ones coming in. Want to throw a frisbee? Okay, you ready? Good girl. Good girl. Hey, leave it. Good girl. Sun's setting behind the dunes. Little Bear's playing a little frisbee action with the Bailey girl. And we've got a fire pit dug out. I don't know if we'll use it or not, but got to think about dinner too. But sand is just getting in everything. But we're having a great time. I'll tell you another thing too, the temperature out here feels great. I don't have any Wi-Fi, cell access, anything like that out here, but I'd be willing to guess it's somewhere in the 70s. And with that breeze blowing, it feels spectacular. I'd like to thank the sponsor of this week's video, Roxon. They make some pretty cool little utensils. These are awesome. Tonight, Maddox and I are making some pasta. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take the spatula and the fork, we're gonna convert it into tongs so we can use it to make our dinner. Tonight we've got some creamy Cajun style pasta in the Zatarain's bag here. And you just cook this stuff for a little bit until it gets good and tender. And that is what we're gonna have to eat. Oh, that smells good right out of the package. And then I can convert it to just the spatula for the time being and get that going. All right, everybody, we've got our food. So we're gonna go ahead and bow our heads and say grace. Father, thank you so much for this food. Thank you for the opportunity for me and Little Bear to come out here and see your beautiful creation. We ask you that bless this food to the nourishment of our bodies. In Jesus' name we pray, amen. All right, buddy, dig in. I want to hear what you think. Pretty good.
Pretty spicy though. Kind of.
Well, not really spicy. It's pretty decent for camp food though. It's a little spicy. All right, well, we are done with our meal. How was your food?
It was okay, but it got cold really quick.
Because of the wind, right?
Yeah.
What was your favorite part about today?
Going in the ocean.
What about going in the ocean?
I just like playing.
You built sandcastles and you did some digging. You found some shells. What's the little animal you found? Some type of like snail, right? What was that?
It was like a water snail or something, but I didn't really see it. If you look very, very closely, you can see like a small little black eyes. but like they're not like snails. Like you can just kind of, like you can see the eyes like just poking out, and they're like they have like a mouth with like it was like wide, and it was like it's just like it was like a sucker on its mouth.
That's pretty cool. Well, kind of the bummer is it's just too windy for a fire tonight, guys. We had one prepped just in case, but it's just too windy. We don't want to risk setting the dunes on fire or our tent because I'd put it a little too close, but I think we're just gonna chillax the rest of the night. All right, got Little Bear in the tent. He's relaxing and winding down for the night, and Bailey's in there with him as well. And I'm just gonna sit out here and listen to the sound of the waves, just disconnect my brain from the chaos that it's usually connected to. And I'll see you guys in the morning for coffee. Good morning from camp. Overall, I slept okay last night. The temperature was great. I guess what kind of kept me up was the wind. I kept thinking that the Gazelle was going to collapse, even though I had the lines guyed out, but it didn't. It was just loud and a lot of flapping, the waves crashing. It's pretty cool, but so overall I'd say I slept pretty good, but man, there is sand everywhere. Beautiful sunrise this morning. I tried to get a time lapse of it, but the clouds are blocking the sun, but just gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. We have got everything packed up, and we are about to start heading back down towards Corpus Christi. So we're gonna go see if we can find somewhere else to camp today. We're just kind of over the sand. There's a lot of sand, and we're just ready for that to be over with for the time being. What do you think, Little Bear?
Yeah.
Yeah. Little Bear, you have fun? All right, we're about to get off the island. I went to stop to air up my tires, and yeah, my compressor broke. So, well, the fuse blew in the Gladiator. I could not get it to connect to the battery. For some reason, it wasn't registering a connection, so I plugged it into the cigarette lighter output, and again, it just blew a fuse. So I've had to replace that fuse before, so I got to figure out something different to do for airing up. Anyway, now we've got a limp to the nearest gas station running low tire pressure, so hopefully we'll get to find one before we get on the main highway so that we can get aired up. All right, so here's an update. We have found a gas station that I was able to pull off into, get aired up, and now we are traveling to, we're gonna try to get to Palmetto State Park to see if there's some type of camping that we can do there overnight and kind of break up the trip. So we're not done with camping, we're just done with the sand. So continue on the journey and see what we can figure out. All right, well, we found a little picnic area that we're gonna eat at. We've got a little spot there, there's a spot here, and we're just gonna make some ramen that we had for lunch, and then we'll continue on and see what we can figure out. I talked to Heather earlier. She checked the Palmetto State Park and said that the looks like they don't have any spots available. So while we're here, we may just kind of do some research and see what we can figure out. So let's get that ramen going. All right, well, we're ready to enjoy our lunch. Little Bear got the regular ramen chicken flavor, and I got the hot and spicy chicken flavor. Have you tried yours yet? Put your lid under your cup, that way it won't blow it. There you go, like that. All right, what do you think, buddy?
That's good.
Yep. Pretty cool little pull-up area too. Beautiful view. Let me show you what I'm looking at. Nice little view. And of course Bailey gets to stretch her legs for a little bit too. So, all right, we're gonna finish our lunch and then carry on. We stopped by Palmetto State Park just to see if they had any openings, and just like Heather had anticipated, they're fully booked for this weekend. So we pointed the Gladiator towards home to see if we can find a spot along the way. So we'll see what happens. All right, so success. It seems like Heather checked, and the Birch Creek Unit at Lake Somerville State Park has a lot of spots available. So we are heading that way now. We should arrive in about an hour and a half. We've laid down some pretty good miles today, and the great thing is staying at Lake Somerville, when we get up to go home tomorrow morning, we don't have a long way to go. Well, I got my tent all set up again. Whew, man, I got a lot of sand I need to get out of there when I get home.
Okay, look.
What's that, buddy?
I did this all by myself.
You did that all by yourself? Look at you. Look at you go. And I bet you yours doesn't have near the sand in it that mine does. Right? All right, high five. Good job, buddy. Well, guys, we ended up with a really nice camp spot. I already kind of showed you that I was finished setting mine up, and we showed Little Bears, but I'll kind of give you an idea. So there's the Gladiator kind of backed into the spot. As you can see, it just tucks back into this nice little site. So we have a perfect little area for Little Bear's tent. And then we've got a nice little tucked away area for my tent as well. Got a nice fire pit with a grill grate. Of course, I brought my own grill. But we ended up with a really nice site. So very, very pleased. It's hard to believe that we woke up with the sunrise over the ocean this morning, and now we're back in Central Texas before heading back home. So it's been a lot of fun. Who says you can't overland Texas, right? All right, guys, so I was just starting dinner. We're gonna do some chicken leg quarters tonight. And kind of the fun thing about camping this close to home, we got some unexpected visitors because my daughter and her family keep me on their location tracker. So we're gonna have some people join us for a little while at camp tonight. So I'm gonna get Little Bear and I's dinner ready, and we're gonna visit with them, and then we'll catch back up with you in a little bit. All right, guys, it is dinner time, and this looks delicious. Roxon, that sent me those barbecue tools, also included some utensils. It comes with a fork, a knife, and a spoon, which is pretty cool. And I'm about to dig into these beans that Miss Nell made. Shout out, Miss Nell, if you're watching this video. And let's check these out. Those pinto beans and that ham, it's a spot. And we got a little bit of chicken too. Got me a good piece of that chicken. Let's try it out. Oh. That's good. I'm gonna eat and enjoy this company. I'll see you guys at the campfire. All right, guys, we are excited because we are able to have a fire tonight. So we're gonna use this fire starter and get one going. We're pretty happy. What do you think, Little Bear?
Because that little fire right there.
Yeah, there's one on the ground there. All right, let's get that going. Everybody, thank you so much for coming along with us on this journey. We had an absolute blast, from like Padre Island National Seashore to where are we at? Lake Somerville State Park. We found this really cool spot, and we have had a great time just doing some true overlanding in Texas, right? And we had a blast. So Little Bear, what was your favorite part of the whole trip?
I liked playing in the water and I like just exploring stuff.
Yeah.
I liked playing in the water, and I made a little try to make sandcastle, but it kept on falling.
It kept on falling over, but it was still fun. And then tomorrow, like it's not over yet, right? Tomorrow we're gonna go exploring a trail out here and kind of see what that's like before we head home. But we've had quite the adventure. And if you guys have made it this far, please make sure that you you hit that subscribe button. And if it's not too much trouble, please, if you're on a mobile device, hit the hype button. That's something that's available within the first 7 days that video goes live. And I would really appreciate it. It does so much for the channel. And consider becoming a channel member as well. If you want to support these adventures and you like what we're doing, please consider becoming a member and get access to exclusive perks like GPS data locations, exclusive videos, those type of things. So right now, we're just gonna sit out here. We're gonna enjoy this fire.
Mm-hmm.
Good morning. It is coffee time. Be sure to check out my Fourth Wall shop to get your very own official Bearded and Excursions mug. Shameless plug, right, buddy?
Mm-hmm.
We can get you one. You something to drink out of a plastic cup this morning. That's good. How'd you sleep?
Good.
Yeah, you used the fan Papa Bear let you use?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Kept the temperature about right?
Mm-hmm.
I think Little Bear actually woke up before me this morning, which is unusual, but I said yesterday I needed to sleep in. I slept till, I don't know, 6:45 or so last night, or this morning, and it felt good. I was pretty exhausted, but we're taking it very slow this morning. We're just going to enjoy our day. We'll slowly pack up camp, and then there is a trail that I wanted to check out, and I think that I want to come back here at some point and do a hike-in where I can camp overnight. They have some of those on the lake, and there's not that far, so I think we may go check that trail out and see if we can spot a couple of those campsites and see how difficult it would be to get back here, because I was thinking that maybe pulling my wagon with my gear in it, and then that way I could take it down the trail, and that may be something different to do for the channel. So anyway, I'm gonna enjoy my coffee.
All right, well, we made it to one of the trails, and I think I was mistaken. I wanted to find a trail that you could camp on, but I think we're in the Birch Creek Unit. I think that's actually in the Nails Creek Unit. But anyway, we came down by the lake here. I'll show you. And we're just gonna walk on this trail for a little bit and kind of see where it goes, see what we can see. So it's a nice day for a little bit of a hike. There's Little Bear and Bailey up there leading the way. Yeah, it's great. We've had a lot of rain recently, so you can see we still got some flowers blooming. That's really pretty. Good view of the lake out there. Man, it's still crazy to me to think that, you know, we started our overlanding experience on the Padre Island National Seashore, and then we ended up back in the beautiful wooded area of central-ish Texas. But the beach camping was a lot of fun, but I can only do about one day on the beach. There's just a lot of sand, and I think what made it a little worse was the amount of wind that we had was more than what you would normally have, and that probably just, you know, exponentially made things a little bit worse because sand got everywhere. But that's okay. Let's see here. All right, let's go. You want to go see the lake? And if we go, yeah, let's go this way. Let's see the lake. Come on, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Let's see. There Bailey goes. See what we can find at the lake. I wonder if this is gonna come out on the lake where we can get a good lake view. That's kind of what we thought, but as you can see behind me, the wind is picking up and it looks like some rain may be moving in. So I think it's time we turned around and started headed back to the Gladiator. All right, everybody, with the wind moving in and possibly bringing in some rain, this is as good a place as any to close out the video. Thank you so much for coming along with us. We had an absolutely amazing time at Padre Island National Seashore and then at Lake Somerville State Park, Birch Creek Unit. So until next time, we will see you down the trail or around the campfire.